Peter Sutcliffe, the Yorkshire Ripper, is one of Britain's most worst serial killers. He would normally go after sex workers. There was an instance where he took one young woman and she wasn't a sex worker. So there was some instances where he wasn't, but for the most part they were all sex workers, which doesn't make sense of why a lot of serial killers go after sex workers. That doesn't really make sense to me. But he normally would dump their bodies and he would normally use hammers. That was his method. One victim, the police found a note that had Peter's name on it. And that is what obviously, got him on the police radar. And there was one instance where another young woman, they found boot marks on her. And then the same with another victim, and it was his boot mark. So this was in the 70s. So he was just getting these poor sex workers and taking them and just killing a lot of them. And he would basically, he wrote a letter to the police. Kind of reminds me of like Jack the Ripper. But when he was caught, he was in prison until he passed away, he just recently passed away. And now I want to talk about Chris Wilder. Chris Wilder, he would get these girls normally by going to the mall, and he would tell them he was a photographer and that, he could make them a model or whatever. And some, thinking they were going to get a big break, would go with him. And that is when he would kill them. There was one young woman who, after she went with him, he kidnapped her. And she was one he wouldn't let go. He kept her. And she, anytime, even when she had a chance to leave, she was so afraid that she just didn't take that chance because she was so afraid he would kill her. But she would have to help him get victims. And so, because he had her, he would have her, gain a woman's trust, and then he would kidnap them, which is not her fault. She was very afraid. She was 16. But he would take the woman, and then there was another he kidnapped, and he took her to the woods to kill her, and he thought she was dead, but she wasn't. She survived. So that was good. And she was able to give a description of what he looked like. And then he stole a woman's car and he shot the woman. So, because he knew this wasn't going to end well, he let the girl go and gave her a plane ticket. So she left. And he got in a fight with the police and the police shot him. So that is the story of both of them. Thank you guys for watching. God bless.